Good day, everybody. It's Max, and welcome back to American Truck Simulator Live. That's right. And in today's episode, it is the Christmas season. It is Happy Ho Ho Holidays. You know it. And with the holiday season, we now have the holiday loads. And of course, I always enjoy the holiday loads. I'm a little disappointed that the last couple of years they've been using these like just standard car, like your standard trailer. I always enjoyed the flatbeds with the big presents on them. I always thought that was really cool. I thought they were really cool loads. Yeah, I know, maybe not as realistic, but you know what? It kind of gave it that little bit of a parade look, like you were taking one of the parade trailers down the road. And I thought that was always really cool, but it is with the times and all the things, you know, whatever. So with that, though, let's switch the screen over. Before we do that, though, of course, I want to thank all recent subscribers. And, of course, Joanna, I see, has joined the list there within the last few hours. And all recent subscribers as their names scroll across the bottom of the page, as well as everybody who watches later on. And, of course, those who join me in the chat. I'm also very appreciative of that. And, of course, I'm now going to push all the buttons and the other things. There we go. Look at that. The Mac Anthem. Oh, yeah, all done up in Christmas season-y color. It looks cold. Just looking at the truck looks chilly, right? I mean, you know, brr. You know, here in Canuckland, let me tell you, I got no love. I got no love for being cold all the time. If you're looking at me as a Canuck to love winter, that is not happening. Not at all. I mean, don't get me wrong. It is nice to have a little snow at Christmas. But I haven't had snow. Like, I mean, only one out of every 5 Christmases that go by now, I think I get snow, if I'm lucky. you know, Global warming. Welcome to it. So by the time the snow gets here, it's like the second to third week of January. And you don't want it. You don't want snow. It's already cold and chilly and miserable. It's just the timing is all bad, people. It's all bad. So let's bring up the interface, all the things. First things first. Let's set some time here where it is. It's early morning, but that way we can actually enjoy the trip during the daytime, see the load, see the people, see the things. Where are we? I don't know. We're in Van Horn. Well, there you go. We're in Van Horn, Texas. And I'd like to take something to California, I think. I'd like to go head up here to the coast somewhere. I don't know if we're going to get any Christmas loads going that way, but let's see what we can find out. New Mexico. That's pretty short, isn't it? New Mexico, Colorado. Yes, but not really in the right direction I want to go. Nope, nothing there. El Paso. Okay, so I guess I can take a load like a couple miles up the road if we have to. If I can't get anything going where I want to go, that might be the thing I do. Let's see. Phoenix, Arizona. Well, that's a little farther to the west, but that's not far enough. Yeah, you guys are pretty cheap here. That will get us close to California, and then I guess maybe we can take one more load up the coast. Let's try that, I guess. We'll take that load. I mean, I haven't been to Yuma in a long time, and I bet you I'm surprised that there's that many loads going to Yuma. I guess if you only have the base game, then a lot of these cities in here would have more complete. Of course, the base game of California, I believe Arizona and Nevada are part of the base game and the free DLC that they got. So these, of course, would have a lot more done than say way out here in the middle of the things, right? So let's take this load, because this will take us along Highway 20, Highway 10, Interstate 20, Interstate 10, of course, and we'll do the stuff and the things. Now, as always, I'm going to probably have to make a few adjustments here to the sound because that's always exciting. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we got the sound a little close, and we'll take it at that. All right, the game is loading up. We'll get a load underway, all the good things. I hope everybody is staying warm tonight, here in the Northern Hemisphere anyway. Of course, those down in Australia, they've just had the longest day of the year for them in the Southern Hemisphere. And, of course, I'm sure they're very warm because it's literally summer for them. It's winter. It's fall into winter for them, but that's our summer to us. So it's, listen, there's a lot of confusion in the world. Just deal with it. Let's start the truck. Okay. Truck is started. Listen, why don't you bring that other meter up here so you can see if the truck's too loud for people. It is pretty loud. It's a little louder than I would like. Maybe we'll turn that down just to about there, and we'll take it from there and see what happens. Okay, so this trailer's right here. Where is this trailer? Oh, there it is. Look at that. The trailer is right here. Well, let's get this truck turned around here, and we'll hook onto it. Now, it is 5 in the morning, so it is a little dark out here to start this run. But that's all right. It's about to get, within the hour here, we'll be driving down the road, and then, of course, it's going to get a little lighter out. For some reason, I think we got a full moon or something going on, because you can see the truck pretty good, actually. I must admit, you can see this truck not too bad. And we're going to get to look at the nice little Christmas lights on the trailer here as we get to drag it down the road a little bit before the sun comes up. All right. There we go. We'll hook onto that, do all the things. Maybe we even get lucky with a little bit of an 8-shot. Look at that. Look at them holiday lights all lit up. Yeah, love and peace and all the things, all the stuff what we want in the world but we can't have because the world just isn't full of love and peace. Oh, gee. It's been a rough year. It's been a rough year for for a lot of people, and that really is unfortunate. You know, I thought we would have matured as a species by now to put fighting and all that behind us, but unfortunately, that is not the case. Oh, I see that the AI is already starting a wonderful day here. Yep, look at this. Yeah, good job, AI. Good job. I'm glad you guys are gonna figure it out, though. It's all good in the neighborhood. Listen, you guys, I'm just going to leave you guys there behind everything. We'll get up here on the highway, get a little bit straightened out. I would like to try a couple of 8s before we get to 605 is when all the lights turn off. And well, the truck lights don't turn off, but they will. But you know, the intersection lights, all the lights will turn off. And we'll see if we can't get the truck up to speed here, get a couple of 8s going, just so as we can see the holiday trailers going by in the 8 cameras. And hopefully we'll do that. Okay, we'll spin around here, do a little bit more of that dance. I mean, the volume of the truck itself is a little low, but I mean, it's all going to depend on the camera angle too, right? That's for sure. Come on, dude. Pick up the pace. I know that this load isn't that heavy. And I mean, yes, this Mac's only got a 500 horsepower engine in it, which I'm a little surprised of. You know, I should be able to, you know, I realize like Mac, Freightliner, like a few of these places now build their own engines, right? Like Packard and stuff like that. That being said, give me a high horsepower option. Like, give me an option. All right, so it's coming into daybreak. Let's see if we can't get a nice 8 coming on. Oh yeah, there's. I mean, that's a nice looking 8, right? Are you going to give me a highway 8, or are you just going to give me these flow through 8s? I mean, you know, I mean, if we can get a nice cross the highway 8, that would be really awesome, right? Would it not? Let's see if we can't get it going on this side. If I stay in the passing lane for a little bit. You gonna give me something here to work with? Probably not. That wasn't too bad. I'm a little offside. Drive. You know, you can only drive in this this kind of angle for so long. Let's do a 7 shot. You know, there's the front of the truck driving down the road. We got a little bit of this sharp turn coming up, but that's okay. Hey, Noko, how's it going? I hope things are good with you and that everything is all good in the neighborhood. Let's see. It's coming into a little. We got a 5 shot going on here. Let's see if we can't get. Oh, that was that would have been a really nice 8 shot from the outside. Yeah, we're just not get. Oh, well, that's not a bad 8 shot, I guess. Let's go for that 5 shot, and we'll turn it to the front here so as we don't drive off the road. As the sun is coming up really, really fast, that's no surprise. And, you know, so the last few seconds here before the daylight really takes over the side of the trailer, what we'll do here is we'll plug that in. All right, let's get on over into this lane. We'll have a look at the truck going this way. It's all looking really good here with our Christmas load on the way to New Mexico as we are leaving Texas for the first time. I mean, this is the first time I've actually left Texas proper in probably some time. You know what? We're going to stop for gas. Yeah, that's something we're going to do. Yeah, well, listen, you don't have to find a new route that exciting. Listen, why can't I use that gas station? Are they closed? Are they out of order? Why is that gas station not open? I don't know. I think I'm feeling ripped off. I mean, you know, there's nothing wrong with that gas station. I mean, they got a great big gas station there. But I have to use this other one instead. Why is that? I think I don't know. I guess I'm missing out. And anyway, we'll park the truck up in here, all the things. Okay, that's fine. I didn't want to use that gas station anyway. I'll use this gas station. Actually, my garage is right over there, but I think we'll just use the gas station here, and we'll take it into this big gargantuous truck stop of all the things. There we go. Yeah, we made the turn. We got the turn. Wow, look at that fancy parking lot. Boy, that's fancy. All right. So let's put the truck in here. Let's see what we get. Okay. And we'll just swing right up in here. And there we go, done. And we'll take that off, spend a bunch of money. It is almost Christmas time, isn't it? It's if nothing else, though you know the world is having a bunch of problems at the moment. Maybe we can just at least mentally set those aside for a few hours to enjoy, to enjoy some family, enjoy a little time, enjoy some relaxation, get to put a little joy into everything, because I think that's important. Exit is either way, is it? Wow, you really make this hard, don't you? Oh, I see what they're doing here. Wow, this is really a really big parking lot. Look, they got handicap parking for truck drivers. That's because all truck drivers are getting so old now that they have to, that they literally need handicap parking nowadays. I hate to say it, but my father has been driving truck for 55 years. He doesn't just jump in and out of the truck anymore either. So I guess they need handicap parking for truck drivers. So I am not surprised about that. All right, swing around this way with the sun coming up. Today, you betcha. Let's swing her back out here and get her back on the highway because we got miles to make. 600 of them miles. And then I'd like to try and pick up, again, one more smaller load just to take up a little bit of the Gulf into the Californias. It doesn't have to be a big load because we couldn't find a load to go all the way to Los Angeles. Yeah, whatever. We're going to turn left here. Just one second. There we go. Okay. Kick the tires and light the fires, Big Daddy. Let's put this thing on the road. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll be exiting left. Don't you worry about that. We're going to get to the exiting left part here shortly. So, of course, I've spent a little bit of the day before starting the stream today preparing all the Factorio templates for streaming. To get everything ready to go for the New Year's Eve Factorio start. Of course, I'm looking forward to that. Again, I haven't played Factorio in any kind of real play style in literally it's almost been 3 years. Now, I mean, I've got 1,200 or some hours, 1,500 hours in the game. I've got all the achievements in the game. But about 3 years ago, of course, I'd moved on to other things like Satisfactory, right? So I sank 3,000 hours into Satisfactory. Oh, geez. And I don't regret that. But I mean, I played Satisfactory, and then of course I've played a bunch of other games since. So I haven't really been back to Factorio a lot. Now, I did go back a few times over the last 3 years to open a few save files to upgrade them. Unfortunately, I did lose my very first factory map. I must admit, I'm very bummed out about that. I had put a lot of work into that map, and unfortunately, that map is gone. But I have a few other of my save files. Now, what I mean by losing them is that Factorio, of course, has a limitation on how far back you can update a map, right? So you got to remember, I've owned the game since version 0.12, right? That's a long time. That's a long time owning that game. And you have, so like, I have a lot of files that say, no, I can't open it because you need to have like version 1.6, which of course hasn't existed for like 2 years at least. I do have a couple of files that I can't open because of version 1.7, blah, 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 right? So it's gonna be pretty intense, and it's gonna be crazy. Yeah, I am very hyped too. I've got, and this is what I'm hoping. What I feel right now about starting Factorio here in a couple here on Christmas Eve is the same feeling I want to get back for when Satisfactory goes 1.0, right? That's why I've been avoiding that game for the last year. Yes, I did do a part of that mini series on it, but I want to have that bite excitement back, right? So I'm looking forward to getting back into Factorio. Yes, some of the mechanics have changed. The toolbar mechanics and stuff like that have changed for me since I stopped playing it. As well as I know some of the formulas have changed. I did update a few of my big game maps, and I'm going to show those off in that Christmas Eve episode before we actually start building. I am going to show you a couple of my builds, and when we do that, I'm actually like you'll notice there that some of the pieces of the factory aren't working because even since those times have been played, a few of the formulas have changed. Right, I think like Purple Science, they use sulfur now instead of something else. So I just know you'll notice that, right? But I'm looking forward to building a Factorio factory. It should be really, really awesome, and should be really a good time. That's for sure. As we are now moving on up, guess what? There's a camera here. What? Well, we're getting that.
I'll find a new route.
Well, you find me a new route. I'm going to find me this camera because there's a camera here. I don't know why there's a camera here. It must be like because we're at the very start of Texas. I mean, we are literally about to literally enter New Mexico here in a second. So we're going to hit this camera. Well, listen, GPS lady, I'm not going to make a U-turn. I'm just going to the camera. Give me a break. Had I know about this camera, I would have got gas here. But anyway, you know, what it is what it is. All right. All right, here we go. Stop the truck, turn the engine off, hit the camera. There we go. Look at that. Not 18 out of 25 cameras as I'm working towards that achievement. Let me tell you, some of their achievements now, they're so crazy. But yeah, here we go. Yeah, so this is basically, like, literally we're on the border of New Mexico. I'm pretty sure of it. This is where we've already joined onto the I-10 from the I-20. And I'm assuming this is basically just us getting, like, here at the truck stop just before we cross into the New Mexico. Yeah, so, like, this is the Texas bridge, right? The New Mexico / Texas bridge. You know, it's all very, you know, what would you call it? Not vacation-y. Touristy. There's the word I was looking for. Listen, people, it's hard to come up with a lot of words when you're talking sometimes, you know. Anyway, we'll get the truck back out here on the road. And we'll talk more about my crazy Factorio experiences. Is there a Highway 96? Well, I don't know about a highway. Well, I'm sure there's lots of Highway 96s. Is there an Interstate 96? I don't know if there is or not. I'm sure there might be, but I would have to double check it. Like there's an Interstate 90, so 96 would be an east to westbound direction. Odd number highways that end in odd numbers run north to south. And numbers that are even numbers run east to west. So in this case, 96, the 6 being an even number, would be an east to west number. And so we would have to look at highways running across the country, not up and down the country. So right now, like for example, we're on highway, I believe this is the I-10. Let's zoom out here a little bit. A little bit more. Yeah, so we're on the I-10. We are literally crossing the New Mexico, like the New Mexico border was basically that. Here, in fact, there is the symbol right there for New Mexico. Congratulations, you now have entered New Mexico. Ta-da! And this is the I-10. Listen, dude, you got to stay left, or we're going to be ending up in the wrong spot. There you go. And so 6, and now 9. The 9 represents north. Like, so it'd be a north number, right? 10 is at the bottom of the states, like Texas, New Mexico, whatever. 20 is a little higher than that. Like 80 and 90, I-80 and I-90 are very north of the United States, like running through Montana, Utah, Seattle, right? This kind of stuff. So 96 would be pretty close to the Canadian border, actually. If there's an I-96 up there, it would be pretty close to the Canadian border running around up there somewhere. So I'd have to double check that just to see where that is. That is, there's a little bit of a Highway I information for you, right? Yep, even odd numbers, which way the highway runs, and at the same time, the big first number versus last number is basically where it is. So, like 5, Interstate 5 starts on the west coast, and Interstate 95 is basically the farthest on the east coast of the United States. Canada does not have that system, only because Canada being covered in snow most of the time. We do have one country highway. It's called the Trans-Canada Highway, and each of the provinces that have the Trans-Canada Highway can number it the way they want. Most either number the Trans-Canada Highway here in Canada as Highway 1 or Highway 2 sometimes. There are a few exceptions to that. I believe the Trans-Canada in Quebec, in the province of Quebec, is the 20, and I believe here in New Brunswick, I think it's Highway 2. In Nova Scotia, it is the Highway 10. Is it 102 or no? I think it's Highway 104. In fact, there's two highways. It's 104 on the mainland of Nova Scotia, and on the island of Nova Scotia, it's 105. And there might be a few exceptions in the western provinces as well. I'd have to look them up. Numbers. I can only remember so much stuff here. It's crazy. I am hoping that with the Factorio Byte I've got, I'm going to enjoy the game. Again, I am starting. I wouldn't call myself a new player. Like I said, I got almost. I got over. I got 1,000 some plus hours in the game. I got all the achievements, so I know the mechanics of the game. I understand that really good. Yes, I am going to have to get used to the new toolbar setup where it's like a ghosted toolbar, and the stuff in your inventory and a few other things. That's fine. I'll get used to that. That being said, I still remember a lot of the generalized formulas, like stone furnaces. To fill a yellow belt, it's 24 stone furnaces. To fill a red belt, it's 48. There's numbers I still remember to doing stuff and things. So, your basic machinery, and all the advanced stuff. And now they did change the ratios for oil and stuff. But again, I have done one of those about 3 years ago, just after they changed all them ratios. So it'll just be about getting some blueprints together. I don't really have any good blueprints, right? Because I played with blueprints lots, but not touching the game for some time. I'll be all rusty with that. So I'll be excited to make a new blueprint book and doing some other things like that, and just overall building a big factory and making it go vroom and launching rockets, because that will be awesome. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. We'll launch a few rockets, do a few things, and get some of that space science, some of that white science down and from space, and do all the things. Now, that's the nice part about this, is that because I know the general mechanics of the game, but I haven't played it in a long time, I don't want to say it'll be like watching a new player play, but it'll be like watching an average person play. So, don't get me wrong, I've watched Anti-Elite, I've watched Nefarious, or Nephrons, I've watched, Rain, when he used to play. I've watched a lot of speedrunners in Factorio, and I really wish my left hand and stuff would work better, because I enjoy speedrunning the game, but I can't go nearly as fast as they do, because my left hand just doesn't work that good, right? So as mentioned, I kind of enjoy building fast factories. Like I said, my fastest time to do a rocket launch is about 5.5 hours. It's give or take 15 minutes on either side of that. That of course, and I've done that multiple times. So getting the there is no spoon achievement is, I've proven that to myself many times that I can do that achievement. That's pretty straightforward. But I won't be doing any of that this run. So of course it'll be just, get the factory up and running, make some blueprints, and then we'll just grow it. Learning the new formulations along the way will be nice. Seeing what the differences are, how much headache it's going to be, because there's always a headache. Things just come with headaches, right? I mean, if you need sulfur, that means you need oil, and that means you need things. So there's always things that are going to be interruptive. Oh, jeez. Anyway, nevertheless, we are in Simon in here in New Mexico. Before all the other DLCs, I remember when this used to be a primary stop. Now, of course, it's just part of the highway system as the DLCs continue to come out. Again, it's kind of a sad story that we probably won't. I don't know if I'll live long enough to see all the U.S. states come out. That's kind of a sad thought, but it's kind of a scary situation. I guess my concern is they only get about halfway across the United States, and then they decide, you know what, we're going to do American Truck Simulator 2 and start over again, and it'll be like, no, you have to finish the first one, gosh darn it. Because look at European Truck Simulator 2, right? Euro Truck Simulator 2. They've done a lot of places. They haven't got a whole lot of places left to go, right? They were going to do Russia, but of course when that country decided, hey, you know what, we're going to go invade people today, that didn't go so well. So they had to postpone that DLC release. But anyway. No way they're going to do all these states. It's just not worth it. Each state is DLC money, right? Texas is literally the second biggest state. It is the biggest state on the mainland, I think. I'm pretty sure California doesn't beat it. And they charge $24 Canadian, right, for that DLC. Now, a lot of their other DLCs have been around $12 to $15, but of course those states are smaller, right? Like Utah is not nearly as big as Texas, right? So when they did Texas, they did have to charge more money for it. That was just kind of a given, because there's so much more work to put into Texas. I would say almost twice the work, right? Now that being said, look at these two cop cars out here. I'm just ignoring them. Whatever. It's just one of those things where, they make money as long as they make money. In fact, that's my concern about Euro Truck Simulator 2 is there's not a lot of places they can build roads to, right? They've got. Yes, they can refresh Europe and do all these things, but if you've bought the DLCs. Like, where are you going? Like, where are you going to go, right? Like, yes, they're working their way down through the Balkan states and countries, but it's kind of running out of spots. Yes, you can work your way down through the Balkans into the Middle East, maybe, but that's pretty stretching it. I think. It's not. Yes, I do know that truck drivers do make the journey from the Arab states into Europe and back. That is a thing. In fact, there's a book out there, and I can't remember the title of the book. It's been many years. There's a book out there about the journeys of a truck driver taking a load from Germany to Saudi Arabia. And the adventures and some of the dangers and some of the stuff that goes on, like taking that load, thousands of kilometers, right? That being said, are they going to, they are running out of places to sell DLC to, right? It's kind of tricky. So it's like, I don't know what they'll do about ETS 2. Now, yes, here in American Truck Simulator, they still got a good 28 states at least, probably 28 or 30 states to go. I don't think they've done 20 states yet. There's, they've got at least 30 states, right, that they can still do. Now, yes, when they do the East Coast, you have to understand, like Rhode Island, New Jersey, like some of these states over there, like New Hampshire, some of that stuff, you're going to have to combine some of those states. They're just too small. They're just too small to be making a DLC of their own, right? I would say, like, if you were going to go do New England, yes, you could do. I would say you would do Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont together as a DLC, because New Hampshire and Vermont aren't exactly very big, but Maine is a relatively big state, so you could do those three as a DLC. Again, you're gonna do like Rhode Island and Connecticut. You would do those as a DLC together because Rhode Island is literally right beside Connecticut. I mean, it's just too small to be on its own. Stuff like that. Like there's like New York is New York. Yes, you could do that as a DLC on its own because it's a big state. The only problem is that most of the highway that you'd want to drive is the I-95 and New York City itself. So putting that city in by itself is going to be really difficult. I almost think you'd have to do New York and New Jersey together as a DLC. So, because New York and New Jersey, the city of New York and the burbs of Jersey are all basically one mega city anyway. You'd kind of have to run that all together with the Narrows Bridge and the tunnels and all the things. So, yeah, I think that's like some of these places you're going to have to run them as multiple DLC, like a combination DLC for them small states over on the East Coast. But yeah, I mean, working their way across from the West Coast, all these bigger states on the West Coast, you can sell them as single DLCs. But that's how that's probably going to have to run. As we're now entering Tucson, and Arizona, yeah, you betcha. We have now entered, again, I have not been this far west in American Truck Simulator. It's got to be months. It's been probably, it's probably been since, what would that be? Let's see. We got Seattle, the Washington states, like, Utah. Like, we haven't really been on the West Coast. And even then, as you can see here, I haven't been through California on the West Coast in a while, right? So this is actually quite interesting. Well, I mean, they are a company. Of course they're going to want to make money. All companies want to make money. Now, true. I mean, you have to be smart and not make, not overcharge people and stuff like that, right? Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I guess it's just going to get really hard. It's gonna. They did a 50% discount on every single paint job DLC except for Ukraine. Yeah, but now that being said, though, I don't know if they're giving the Ukraine money away or what they're doing, right? I think they had some sort of weird tie to that, right? Where they were going to donate that money. I'm not quite sure, Noko. I'd have to check in on that one to see where we are with that. We going to get any 10 action here or 8 action? Are you going to give me any 8 action decent here, game? Or are you just going to laugh in my face today? I'm sure you're probably just going to laugh in my face. Well, that's a different camera angle on that one. There we go. There's some nice cross-highway action. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, as we got the Christmas load running down the highway here. Yeah, excellent. You gotta like it. Gotta like it sometimes. Sometimes when a plan comes, let's not do the 7 camera until we get up here a little higher, right? Are we taking? I think they want me to go along the 8. I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the I-8 they want me to go along. I think that's the 8. Yes, it is. Look at that. It's coming up on the map there now. So yeah, the I-8. I forgot about Yuma being on the I-8 and not the I-10. Is that really a thing? Yes, it is. Yeah, so the 8. I mean, the 8 is like one of the lowest interstates you can have in the bottom. Yeah, it does run right along the bottom here. So, all right. Well, I guess we'll do the I-8. I haven't done the I-8 in a long time. It's been a long time. I mean, it's got to be like a year and a half or more since I've been on the I-8. But so that'll be fine. That'll make that a little adventurous. I mean, the southern part here is pretty desert, so it's not like there's a lot of excitement to look at. But at the same time, but yeah, I'm not quite sure about that Ukraine DLC if they were donating that money or not. And of course, obviously, if they were donating the money, then they would probably leave that at regular price, so as they would be able to send all the, get as much money for it as possible, and then send that to whatever organization they were going to do that with. That being said, I'm not sure about that paint job, right? Not to say as I don't no, like, I mean, I own ETS too, right? But what I don't have is I don't pay a lot of attention to its DLCs. Unlike American Truck Simulator, which of course, because of me being here in North America, I have all the DLCs and crazy paint jobs and all the crazy stuff. That being said, oops, I've taken the wrong exit. I know. Listen. I realize I took the wrong exit. We're going to fix it. Just a second. As soon as I can get this traffic out of my way, I'll fix it. Gee whiz. Yeah, well, listen, there was places to go, people to see, and, there was an exit that I took. It's just not the right exit. But we're going to take the right exit right now. Right? The one thing about this exit, it's got this really cool little cool add-on ramp. We actually have a similar thing here when we go to the States and Canada through New Brunswick. It's got a kind of quirky exit just like this, which is funny actually. So I find this very, I'm actually find this kind of funny that this exit is here, because if you stay on the right-hand side, you'll actually get back on the I-10. So it is a little funny that this exit's actually here. So see. No problem. It was just a minute detour. Not even a hard detour. It was just a minute detour. They seem to be doing that. Okay, so they are donating that money? All right. And again, if that's what they're doing, then I don't blame them for not putting it on sale. They would want to raise as much money as possible. And then, I mean, don't get me wrong. It's all touchy-feely, hearty, warm feeling. But they're also doing it for the corporate side of things too, right? I mean, if they don't put it on sale, and let's say they sell DLCs on sale for $2, but they're selling that DLC for $5, and 1,000 people buy it. Well, it's better for them to say, well, they donated $5,000 to the Ukraine cause than $2,000, which is what it would have been if it was on sale, right? So, I mean, there's a little bit of corporate play in that. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, it is, they would want to try and donate as much money as possible. So you can't blame them for that. It's good. It's just, I'll never think of a corporation as being that good, because there's always publicity for it. There's always a publicity angle that they'd be going for, right? Anyway, nevertheless, hey, as long as they raise money for the good cause and then give that money away, then it's all good in the neighborhood. Gee whiz, I wasn't paying attention there for a second. Yeah, keep the truck on the road there, Max. Holy smokes. Does ETS have European paint jobs? I don't know if ETS the original does. Oh, ATS. Well, it doesn't have European paint jobs, right? It doesn't have individual state paint jobs either, because that'd be like making paint jobs for like the how many areas are there in Germany? I think there's like what do they call them, provinces or whatever? Was it like 18, right? Anyway, that'd be the same as like making 50 provincial paint jobs, right? Same as in Canada, right? Like if you were to, like, if they had Canada all done, I don't think they would make 10 provincial paint jobs, because we have 10 provinces in this country, right? So it's all one country. You're not going to see any paint jobs of the separations, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm feeling pretty ripped off about that now. So thanks for making me feel bad. No, but yeah, I don't. In a large part, no, we don't have any country paint jobs over here. Over here in ATS. I've never seen them. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I own all the DLCs for the paint jobs, and I've never seen like country paint jobs available. So now I can't say that about Ukraine. They might have given they might have done a Ukraine paint job for ATS. I don't remember seeing one, but they might have done one like as a special event or a special cause, right? That being said, I don't remember seeing one. Yeah, like ETS 2, they got, well, again, it's kind of easier for them to do that because you are driving through so many countries over there in the European Union, right? Like, the European makeup is a lot of countries. Whereas here, they're just states of one country. They're not 50 countries, right? So that's why that's not done that way here. And don't get me wrong, I mean, you know, every state or province has its own flag and coat of arms and stuff like that. And not to say, you know, people don't recognize them and stuff. It's just not drawn out to be such a big deal to have, like, your state's flag is painted on your truck or anything like that. Usually when they paint, if they're doing that kind of stuff, then they're painting, like, the flag of the United States on the side or of Canada, right? So it's pretty rare to see like the flag of like Ontario painted on your truck. So it's pretty rare stuff, you know. So yeah, nevertheless, let's see. We can get you know, sometimes we can't get the camera angle we want. Sometimes we have to go with the camera angle we can get as we drive on down the road here. Overall, I mean, this is a relatively nice angle of the truck. You know, as we got the Christmas load going on. All 53 feet of it. You're going to give me a nice 8-shot? Give me a nice highway 8-shot. Oh, there it is. There's the shot I was looking for. Oh, yeah. That was it. That was it. Now, see, I'm happy. Why can't I get those shots in Texas? Like, why do I have to come all the way here to Arizona? Look at this. We're getting a second one. A second one. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, people. Look, I shouldn't even push the button. I was going to get a third one. Oh, man. Now, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's the 8-shot you look for, you know. Yeah, yeah, except that country, huh? Yeah, well, yeah, man, they don't really care about that stuff anyway. Yeah, but, you know, I wish I could get more of them 8-shots, like them cross-highway 8-shots. Like, I don't know, some of it's been pretty cheap, to not give me them shots sometimes, but whatever. It is what it is. As we had only 62 miles to go with this load, I guess we'll be there in about 2 minutes. Crazy. It's crazy that we'll be there in 2 minutes. Look at this guy passing me. He thinks he's all that in a bag of chips. You know, well, whatever. Hurry up and get by me, dude. You know, stuffing things. I don't know what I'm doing here. There's a turn. There's a turn coming up. Listen, put this thing back. I was going to say, what are we doing out in that lane, Max? Here we go. Hey, Taya, what's up? Hope things are all good in the neighborhood. You know how it is. Yeah, so, well, I don't know, like a free cam. I mean, you can do a free cam, right? You can do a free cam in ETS2 and ATS. You do have to update a couple of Lua files to make that work, right? That being said, whoa, what's wrong with the gas? What happened to the gas station? I must have accidentally hit the button here to take the take the button off. Yeah, it's just so there is a free cam. You have to edit some Lua files, and yes, the problem with the free cam is that it's a free camera. It's not connected to the truck in any way. So the problem would be is that as you were moving, like it's a stationary free camera, so the truck drives away, and you would lose sight of the truck. In fact, it's how I, in the opening and closing videos of my streams, that's how I've got 2 shots of the truck in standstill mode with the truck driving along the highway, right? Actually, in my intro video and outro video of my streams, you'll see the truck driving into Colorado. And when it does, that's done with free cam, right? But that's really hard to do, right? So, you know, you obviously can't drive the truck while in, like, if it in a stationary free cam mode. You'd have to still have some sort of control like this where it follows the truck so as you could follow it along, right? But we are coming into Yuma. Yeah, we got Yuma on the board. And, of course, we're going to take in our Christmas ho-ho load right in. 2 miles to go. And hopefully get us another load that takes us into California as we make the Texas to California run. But we have to make this quick stop here at Yuma because I couldn't get a full load to go all the way across. And, of course, we got, so I think throughout between Christmas and New Year's, we've got Infraspace. We'll have a little Factorio playing. ATS, I'm kind of hoping to get back on, move it back to Sunday once the New Year starts. But, of course, the Christmas and the New Year are both on Sunday, I believe, this year. So, right? It is Sunday. Anyway, because of just both of them holidays fall close to the weekend this year, it'll probably be a couple weeks before ATS goes back to being on Sunday, because it's ATS Sunday. And but I'm sure it will get back into its normal time.
And then turn right.
Yeah, keep right, turn right. There's a lot of writing on the wall. I think they've made this a little bigger. Okay. How about you zoom that map in there a little bit? I think they have made this. I think they have made Yuma a little bigger. I don't remember it being this big. I'm pretty sure Yuma was like really tiny. But I see here. I mean, according to this, I've driven on all the roads here, so I've obviously been here with this road configuration. I just thought Yuma was like a really small stop, like you came off the highway, and like I thought Charge was on the left and Wahlberg's was on the right. I don't remember having to drive in this far into Yuma. Oh, I remember what it is now. It's the other highway exit. I'm used to coming in on the other highway exit. That's what's going on. I didn't remember. I guess that was a thing they added. Maybe. Oh well, it is one thing, right?
Turn right.
Now, Max, important question. Okay. Important question. What's the important question? Because it's important. It's a question. What am I eating on Christmas? Turkey, of course. Turkey and ham.
Turn left.
Really? Turn left? Oh.
Finding a new route.
Yeah. Why are you... This is why you don't listen to GPS Lady. Because GPS Lady's full of baloney. I was going to say, why am I turning here? There's no symbol.
And then turn left.
So I will be eating turkey and ham on Christmas. My brother doesn't enjoy turkey, so my mother usually makes a small ham for him. And I mean, small ham is like enough that you can feed at least 2 or 3 people with it. But turkey is the big meal, of course. No, turkey is usually served here at Christmas as well, right? But we do have ham as well. Like I said, my brother doesn't enjoy turkey very much. He's not a big turkey eater. So we usually do like there'll be a small ham, and usually between turkey and cranberries. I'm not a big cranberry lover, but there's turkey and the cranberries and all the stuff and the stuffing, and of course then the ham to go with it. The rail yard. No, I'm not doing the crazy rail yard stuff. All right, well, we'll do the 15 just because it's right here and it's relatively easy to do. But yeah, I'm not in the mood to go parking into the 90 for that. Backing the trailer in for the next 20 minutes. Besides, when I get a load to California, get a move on, right? The entire live chat is just no-go. Yeah, well, it is at the moment. Yeah, Mr. O and a few others haven't shown up today, but that's no surprise. It's ATS. ATS usually has less chatters in it. That being said, it is what it is. Sometimes there's nobody here at all. I just talk to myself. I'm my own best friend. I'll tell you right now, me, myself, and I. Me, myself, and I are my 3 best friends. I'll tell you right now. But yeah, I mean, if you have anything to say, feel free to say it. All right, push the button into things. Let's see if we can't get something. Yeah, and I don't usually play ATS during midweek. It's just because coming into Christmas and all that stuff, it's all a little out of schedule at the moment. All right, let's see if we can get this other load that goes to California. I'd like to get, because again, that was kind of the whole the goal of this was to me get a Christmas load to go to California with. But we're at Yuma. I mean, we got to go a little farther than that. No, I don't want to go to Barstow. Ugh. And I just came from Texas. I don't want to go there either. Let's see. Don't get me wrong. I love all these loads going to No, I don't want to go to Flagstaff. Take me into someplace. Whoa, where was that? Oxnard. You know what? I will take that load. That is the load I'll take. I just had the best idea. 24-hour stream for New Year's. Oh, that's a great idea. My medical condition would never allow that, dude. That's just not happening. I mean, I pushed. You got to remember when I did the Xion series, I was pushing myself pretty hard. I played a lot of 3.5, 4-hour streams in that series. Like a couple of, like 2 or 3 times. It was pretty intense. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't regret it, but at the same time, like with my thyroid and all that stuff being out of adjustment at the moment, and yes, we are making tweaks to it to make it better. But oh, come on, there was like 3 cars. Go on, get out of here. Scoot. Yeah, turn the flashers off. Yeah, get out of the way. Scoot. Get out of here. All right. Now, you put that cement truck there. Just, game, don't you dare do that to me, game. That's just not right. Turn right, turn left, blah, 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 all the things. All right, well, I'll turn right, turn left. Yeah, I don't know if I could do 24-hour stream. That's just not happening. I'm not in my 20s. I'm not even close to my 20s anymore. So you're not going to see me pull off some crazy job for doing that kind of stream.
And then turn right.
Yeah, well, you know what? If I can get these cars out of my way, I'll be perfectly fine. There we go. Bro, you instantly responded. Well, of course I did. Why would I not respond? Why? To yourself crashing. Yeah. Me crashing. You know what? Don't get me wrong. Like I've always said with ATS and ETS2, they are both amazing games. But don't get me wrong. It's game AI, right? Game AI is not perfect. Like at the very start of the stream there, when we first went to go on the exit ramp, and the 40 cars were all blocking the exit ramp because 2 AI cars spawned on top of each other and then crashed, right? I mean, that happens all the time in this game. You just got to kind of accept that. So it's like, oh, gee whiz. It's just part of the game. I mean, don't get me wrong. They've done a great job for a game. I mean, the cars, the AI, all the things. They really have done a really good job in this game. But it's still a game, and it's still AI game, and it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. Yup. Yeah, it is what it is. So, we'll get this thing back out on the highway. Hopefully get a couple of nice 7/8 shots on it. Okay, car, what are you doing? Come on. You can drive up there a little faster, dude. Like, catch up to that box truck at least. Gee whiz. You'd almost think we were crawling here. Come on now. This is Highway 8 too, right? That means we got the crazy. There's like a valley section up here in a bit where you have to really slow down because the highway does this really crazy double S bend through a valley. I do remember that. I was about to turn left there. Okay, well, we are now entering California. Dun, 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 dun. Finally. I haven't been in California in ATS in a very long time. So this should be interesting. And you know what? I'm kind of glad to be back over on this side of the map. Between the DLCs, Texas, Montana, Colorado, all that stuff, and all the mid-level driving to get all the achievements. California and the West Coast has been ignored for a long time, right? So it's good to be coming back home, people. Because I haven't been over on this side for a while, so it's just nice to be over here. But yes, let's see. Christmas to New Year's. Yeah, so we'll be doing that Factorio stuff. We're going to be doing Infraspace, because Infraspace is awesome. and we'll be building the infraspace city in that big canyon, so that's looking pretty good. I did tune that up a little bit when I got home from work today, so it looks good. So for the stream tomorrow, you could literally say coming home from Christmas, right? Yeah, for sure. I would definitely go with that, just because we just haven't been when's the last time? It's probably been a year and a half. It's got to be a year and a half since it's been over on this part of the coast. With all the problem is the achievements they've got in ATS now for each of these DLCs are ridiculous, right? I don't mind having one tough achievement to get in a DLC. So usually their DLCs come out with 5 additional achievements, and they used to come out with 4 relatively easy achievements and then 1 you had to work at, right? Delivering 5 loads to different locations in that DLC or something.
Right.
But lately it's been crazy. Where are we going? What are we doing? I shouldn't have gone this way. No. We're not going this way. No, let's get. No, I'm not going up to the 10. Let's take the more fun route. I'll turn around here. Where are we going to turn around at? I'll turn around here at this truck stop up here, and then we'll actually come back down this way, down the 8. We'll come through San Diego, Carlsbad. That way we get to see a lot of city action, because again, that's the whole route. That's the whole reason why I'm coming over here. If I just want to stare at more highway, I could have just taken the 10 all along.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Oh, look, we still haven't made the right turn here yet, so I can just get right back on the highway. Good. I'm glad we caught that before it got too far in. But yeah, we are definitely coming home for Christmas, and at the same time, between Infraspace and Factorio and a few other things coming up for the new year, I don't know what else I got coming up for the new year. I gotta check to see what games I have in the list. Now, I know Starfield's supposed to be coming out, but that's the next problem. A lot of games now, they're not announcing good release dates. They're just announcing 2023. As a game player, if I was just playing games, I wouldn't care, right? It'd be whatever. But when you're trying to do a schedule for YouTube and stuff like that, it makes it really hard to plan a schedule when every single game they post just says 2023, right? All that stuff. That's crazy. I believe you'll make a mistake again and go to another road. It will happen. I think I got the. No, I got. Oh, look at that. I would too. Gee whiz. Let's just double check this route here. All right, that's better. I'll take that. Do you want to go through LA? Yeah, let's do that. Let's make this one a little bit even more adventurous. I haven't driven through LA in a while, so let's do the LA trip tour. Come through Highway 1 into Oxnard. We'll do it that way. Yeah, I definitely forgot. Yeah. We'll go. Yeah. So yeah, it was going to take me through. It was going to take me up the I-15. It was going to be kind of sneaky. Luckily, we caught it. We got it. We got it. We got it goods. Now I forget what I was talking about. Something about something or other. Oh well. Anyway, that's fine. Slow down. So, yes, game releases. Yeah, and this is the crazy double S bend here, right? Where you got to slow down a little bit, or else drive the truck right off the road. Please tell me that you're going to do something with Park Beyond. Park Beyond? Why does that sound familiar? Park Beyond. I don't know. I'll have to think about it, Noko. Why does that sound familiar? Park Beyond. It sounds like a game I've heard of, but I'm not quite sure. I'd have to check it. It's really hard to say, right? 2023 release. All right, well let me have a look into it. It is really tricky though, because at this and this goes back to early the streams we had at the start of December, just before we started Xion and Infraspace, is all the gaming companies, they wait way too long to release their game for December. Right? So most of the companies, all them companies, released their game all on the week of December 6th. It was terrible. That makes it for a terrible time to schedule a game, right? So here you are. You have we have 3 games we wanted to play. They all released on the week of December 6th, which is junk, right? If they'd released those games like in the second week of November, one, they could we could have scheduled them out better. But two, now that we've 2 of those games, I've wrapped up. So I wrapped up 2 Point Campus, the DLC for that. Excion, of course, we just completed that. And now, now Infraspace I'll play into January, but that's fine. But it's unfortunate that the spacing, and then of course usually from January to like March, there's nothing ever gets released. And then it's just a continuous feast or famine of the schedule, which makes it really hard. To schedule games for doing on the channel. It does make it tricky. At least at one time they used to have it so as you could they would say releasing spring of 2023 or summer of 2023. Okay, cool. If they would say that, then I could say, okay, I'll put I'll make sure that in spring of 2023 I'll keep one spot on the schedule open for that, right? And you got to remember, I work full time, right? So I work full time. And this is literally a hobby, right? Again, the $20 a month that YouTube gives me for ad revenue is junk, right? So, we just ignore that. I have my, very high paying career. And so until YouTube pays me more than $75,000 a year, I'm not quitting my job. Forget it. It's just you got when you're working full time, and then at the same time you got gaming companies that are now being so vague about when they're releasing their games. It's like, yeah, sometime in 2023 we'll think about it. Like, really? Like, man up. Be bold enough to at least put in some sort of seasonal date, right? Say the summer of 23. You can't think of hitting a 3-month window there at some point in time. I mean, that's pretty sad, right? So, anyway, it is what it is. You just got to make things happen, I guess. 2A, 2 north. No, we don't want that exit. We want the next one. Yeah. Well, yes. Like I said, YouTube is a hobby. It is not my job. It is far from being able to pay what I get paid. Let me tell you. Okay. I don't remember this being 2 lanes. I guess it is. I've driven it at some point in time. It's really too bad you can't go straight because Disneyland's right there, right? Just to kind of point that out. If that highway actually allowed you to go straight, Disneyland would be right over there. It's too bad. Because I think that'd be really cool if we could go to Disneyland, but they don't. But you're not allowed to keep going straight on the highway on I-8. So I'm a little bit bummed out about that. Listen, is this the exit we want? No, this is the back way into Highway 1 and then Carlsbad and some stuff. You know what? Yeah, you're just gonna keep going straight here, dudes. Sorry, there, big guy. I got to get over. Here's what it is. I don't want to hurt your feelings, but I don't think that's going to happen. Well, you got to remember, a lot of channels nowadays don't make a lot of money on just a lot of YouTube channels don't make their money on ad revenue, right? It's about sponsorship. Yes, in the early day, let's go back, say 6 years ago, maybe 7 years ago. Yes, you could probably make a living on YouTube on just ad revenue, right? And yes, I do know some channels that still do just ad revenue and do okay, right? That being said, though, a lot of channels, right, if they're trying to make it as a job, right, have to do sponsorship. It's the only way you can really get around that, and if you're going that route, well, that's fine. It's just, it's the catch-22 of things. By the time your channel is big enough to get sponsorship, chances are you're probably almost got enough money coming in where you don't need the sponsorship. So I always found like it's a very funny thing. Like I see this all the time on forums and boards and Reddit and stuff. Like you'll see like people of really small channels going on about, oh, I wish company X would allow me like give me the game early for free, and I'll and I'd promote it. Yes, I'm sure you would promote it. But why would a company, give you a game that's only got 500 subs, right? Yes, I've gotten a few offers of opportunities to play games, but I only got like, my 2,500 subs, right? Games aren't lining up to give me any freebies, right? And I don't blame them. Right, they're gonna want it. Like they'll give it to somebody that's got like 150, 200,000 subs, 100,000 subs. Right. The funny part is those channels are almost making enough money where they don't need the free money. Right. It's the catch-22 of the whole YouTube metaverse. Right. That's why, you see these people all the time going, oh, yeah, I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. I hope you got a full-time job to pay the bills while you're having fun on YouTube. Now, that's gaming channels, right? You can do other types of channels and potentially make more money, right? Like there's all kinds of different channels out there and all kinds of different hobbies and interests. Like there's restoring channels where, you see people restore old toys and machines, and you also see like a lot of mechanic channels or a lot of sport or a lot of hobby channels like, motorcycle racings and car repair or, stuff like that. Each of those genres are going to have different amounts of YouTube revenue coming in because they'll have different RPM gauges as to the amount that advertisers are willing to pay for. But the gaming space is very crowded. So the ad revenue you get in the gaming space is very, very low, right? That's why I only get about $20 a month out of YouTube, right? There's just... the ad revenue space is just too low for it, right? And I mean, that's fine. So like if you were going to start a channel on like, toy restoration, right? Like, or something like that, and you would get more ad revenue amounts per ad shown, then you might actually do okay without sponsorship. But chances are, again, you're going to probably have to do a bunch of sponsorships and stuff, right? It's just the way of the world, So yes, I totally understand that small channels would love to have like the opportunity to, to grow their fan base. They would like to have all this stuff, but at the same time, companies are not going to be handing out freebies to channels of like 500 subs or 2,000 subs or whatever, right? They're going to want 20, 50, 75,000 subs before they want to see that kind of response, right? So, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But, not much you can do about it. You know what? Yes, I mean, we can go straight on. Is this going to be can we do this at night? I mean, we can do LA downtown at night. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I just wasn't really... now, there's a lot of lights in here, and I really should be facing forward all the time, but... only because, like, the computer loves to throw a lot of extra traffic. Oh, wow, like, Mr. Fire Truck, he's ready to go. Yeah, come on, dude, I'll race you. Yeah, I'll race you, yeah. I beat you. I'm surprised that fire truck almost pulled through the light. I was like, okay, you want to go? Do you want to go, boy? You want to go? I'm good to go. Yeah, come on, AI driver. I know how crazy you are. We all know how crazy it is. We all know it. Yeah, we're just gonna get around these guys before they turn right. There we go. Whatever, dude. You snooze, you lose. Move on with it. As we are driving downtown LA, the palm trees. It's been a while since I've seen palm trees. Not to say. Now, I mean, I do see. Usually, in November, is when before the COVID times. In November, I would have driven down to Florida and hung out for a while, enjoyed the sun, but yeah, haven't gotten to do that in the last few years. It's a little sad, actually. Oh, there's the library. Yep, there we go. Got all the lights and the things. So yeah, you're probably not hurting my feelings any. I know where I am in the world. Noko, it's all good. No hurting on my feelings. It's pretty straightforward. Hope we get to see the pier. I should actually check to see if we're going to drive by the pier. I mean, that's kind of one of the ways I went this. One of the reasons why I went this way is I wanted to drive by the pier.
Turn right.
Geesh. We have to come up here. All right. Well, the pier would be around here somewhere. I'm pretty sure it's right there. Okay. Yep. Because this is along the beach area here. This road's a pain in the butt. They really should do something with that, but it is what it is. I think we'll drive by if we go this way. Okay. Yep. Drive on, dude. Drive on. And so yeah, just thought I would do a little bit of ATS to get the Christmas loads in. Again, like I said, I do miss the presents trailers. I mean, don't get me wrong, standard box trailer, right? I mean, they make the trailers look good. It's just, I do miss seeing the. Wow, really? Is it down that far? I don't remember it being down that far, but all right, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Light. I'm ignoring you anyway. I don't remember them having spotlights in the air. That might be something new. May have to look into that in a minute.
And then turn left.
I was pretty sure I didn't have to drive down this far to get into the pier, though. Like the pier entrance, I was sure was like right there. Whoa. Yeah, my bad. Look, dude. Really? Just go on, get. Go on. Shoot. Scoot. There we go. I was pretty sure. Well, I guess that's the Santa Monica Pier entrance there, and then it goes overside. I'm just trying to watch. All these locations. Come on, truck. Let's go. What's wrong with the accelerator on this thing? All right, there we go. Technical difficulties, people. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go. Swing it around. There we go. Yeah, because there's the pier walkway there. Yeah, come down this way. Slow down. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that other road. I can't get all the way down in there anyway. But at least you can see it from here. I just don't remember the spotlights. I'm pretty sure they didn't. Those are new. I'm pretty sure they've had to add those. There we go. All right. Well, that pretty much will take us out of LA anyway. As we go in through the nighttime, we're going to get any decent 8 shots out of this? Oh, yeah, there we go.
Keep left.
Why can I not get these shots when I'm in Texas? Let me tell you. It's very mean. It's very mean that I can't get those shots in Texas. Man, we've had some really nice 8 shots today, and just in Texas, I just can't get them. Like, I don't know if they don't have the camera set up properly to do that in Texas or what's going on, but those are some really nice shots. Yep, swing this up and around here, dude. Woo, there we go. Something's wrong there. There we go. A little bit of beach action here at night. Of course, this road's got to be super windy. I do. Highway 1, holy smokes. It's crazy. And I guess I should say this is California Highway 1. I believe, there's lots of Highway 1s, right? Like, there's the U.S. one that run on the East Coast. US 1, US 301 is kind of the alternative to the I-95 on the East Coast of the U.S. So, like, if you weren't going the I-95 route, or if you had the detour off the I-95, they usually put you on US 1 or the 301 over there. Memories. What can I tell you? So, nevertheless, it is a little dark out here in the California desert, but that's no surprise. We'll be wrapping things up soon anyway as we get into Oxnard. little heavy traffic here on this two-lane highway. What are we going to try and do a 6 on this? Yeah, sure. It's a little busy here. Yeah, got more traffic here. Holy smokes. The amount of traffic today. And of course, you got to have a guy that thinks he's all that in a bag of chips out here. Come on, let's go, guys. Yeah, step on the gas. Do it. Yeah, figures this fuel tanker truck is going to try and beat me. It's a drag race at very slow speeds. I'll tell you right now, dude, you're going to lose. I don't remember them having this as a 4-lane highway all the way up here either. But I mean, I know it's not. I know it's not. It's going to go down to 2-lane road here shortly. Okay, there we go. I got you beat now, dude. Left you in the dust. In fact, am I going to get one more of you guys before this shrinks down into 1 lane? Maybe. What about this? What about you guys? Listen, dude. I could have beaten all these guys. Yeah, but... Oh, great. LA choppers are flying overhead. Figures. Must be a speeding car somewhere. You can see... Well, I could hear the chopper there for a second. There we go. All right. Oh, well, we got, what, 10 miles to go for Oxnard, and then, of course, we'll talk about all the things to wrap things up. You're passing this guy in a very dangerous predicament here, Max. Yeah, you know better. Yeah, that was, you deserve that. Because you knew you shouldn't have passed him, but, what the heck. We're at the end. It's almost the end of the stream, dude. I'm allowed to pass whatever I want. It's Christmas. You guys should be all out of my way anyway. I guess I could have despawned traffic. Could have done a command console for that, but oh well. This road always was twisty, turny, bendy, and it's dark. ATS and darkness stink. I must admit, this game is ATS is always bad. I really wish the darkness was like an ETS 2. I really do miss it. All right. Okay, there we go. Now, now we're back. Yeah. Yes, GPS lady. We're gonna keep left, turn left, all of that. Finished your Sudoku. Oh, wow. Look at you go, Mr. Genius. Not very many people I know do that. It's funny because I've actually watched YouTube videos of like master players, like starting with like 1 number or 2 numbers, right? Like they start with like 1 number and they can do the entire puzzle. And I'm like, holy smokes, dude. That's crazy insane. Like, you know. Anyway, this should wrap about things up. We get this thing in here. Where are we delivering this? I was going to say, we're not delivering it to the car dealership, are we? I mean, that's what it looks like.
And then turn left.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're delivering this to the car dealership. Okay, I guess we're delivering some Teslas for Christmas? Sure, it's perfectly fine. Why didn't we use a car trailer for that? Yeah, it's been a nice ride. You know what I'm not doing in here? Delivery. Because I'll tell you right now, delivery in here is terrible. I mean, you got to remember, these California is still using like the older models of like some of these factories, and the room in there is crazy small, stupid. Okay, so there we go. All the things. Let's do a little bit of a quick drive out here just to get it out of the parking lot. And we'll find a place to park up and wrap up this episode. So, of course, for all my fans out there of all the things, of course, we're going to be playing right through the whole Christmas time thing, and of course, we're going to be doing, as mentioned, Factorio on Christmas Eve, and if lucky enough, should be Christmas Day and beyond. On that first stream on Christmas Eve, I'll actually be looking at a couple of other factories that I've done in the past, just to show everybody what we've got and all the things. And I should push another button here, Max. There you go. Push that button. Do that. Yeah, that's awesome. As we have the White Christmas Mac Anthem truck here in the nighttime sky, and of course, I want to thank all the peoples I want to thank all the people. Tyra and Noko, I want to thank you very much for hanging out in the chat. Relatively quiet here tonight. But I mean, it's a weekday, right? It's a Thursday, right before Christmas. Everybody's running around trying to buy presents, all the things. It is what it is. Some nights are quieter than others, but I'm sure. But I do want to say hello to all recent subscribers as they're scrolling at the bottom of the screen, and of course some of the recent joiners again, and of course a shout out to all those who are going to watch later because of course all the crazy people I know that give me shout outs and all this stuff all the time. I know they'll catch up later. I want to thank them very much. Of course, feel free to check the video description because, of course, Discord and the socials are on there. I post on there daily. And, of course, the daily schedule along with the weekly schedule on Sundays. And, of course, to show what everybody's coming up. I'm Max. This has been American Truck Simulator, the Christmas Present Delivery Edition. And, of course, it's really awesome. I really do wish we got to drag the presents around on the flatbed trailer still, but it's Christmas, and I always do enjoy doing the Christmas loads because they're always a really good time. And with that, I'm going to go off and do the bites, the eats, and all the things. I want to thank everybody for hanging out, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.